cards. Anyway, we saw Vicky. As I was saying, glad to see him. I wish a lot of Guild was around more in 4.0, but there wasn't much of the style of stuff that they like to do. So I'm hoping 5 has more of that. I'm really hoping it does. Love this lag. Oh, Skipper! Skipper Jones. Skipper Jones. Skip has come so far, man. I love Warlock. Skip has been a great character because he's been, like one of Gigi's favorite people. But he's also one of the craziest stirrers. Having him in your group means that he's going to take shit that you say and like turn it around and stuff. But I think that's so good for RP. So I've always appreciated, you know, that like he does that stuff because it's funny, man. I love Skip. I love Warlock. Dima. Yeah, Raya was great. Raya was really great. I always thought it was funny that she ended up as a cop. Raya was so great. We didn't get to do a ton with her, but I always liked her. Oh, Andy! Dr. Andy! I really like Zach. I remember we got to know him really early on when I was like first a doctor. And I don't know. It was a really good time spending time with him in the hospital. I do think his RP did not fit with Babylon and what he was trying to do. Like, he's kind of pure funny up in some ways. And other people were taking the stuff he was doing more seriously. So I feel like he would fit with, like, clowns and those types and, like, Grapeseed. He was doing stuff with Osvaldo, right? Which I feel like is the right fit for him. But I really liked Dr. Andy. It's a good one. Halsey! Okay, wait, this lineup is crazy. I love Halsey. Love him as Big Joe. I think it'd be cool if he does other characters too. I've kind of only known him as Big Joe. But he absolutely deserves to be here. I kind of hope that we get a revitalization of the Italians in the future. You know, it was cool to see them existing late 3.0 and then they didn't exist in 4.0. Like some of the characters did, but they weren't a group. And an okay number of them were in Cyprus. But even in Cyprus, they weren't exactly their own subgroup, you know? Like, they did some shit together, but it wasn't like that. I think it would be so cool and so perfect if 5 starts and boom, they have a pizzeria. You know what I mean? Or like a little pizza truck. I just think, like, I would love to see the Italians, because I think it'd be cool to see Luciano also, like, be in charge of his thing, right? Like, Cyprus was cool, but I don't think it was the right spot for Luch. I think Luch will always be someone who needs to be in his own, you know, familia. I think that's where he'd really shine. Though I'm saying that, but I loved having him. You know, so I wouldn't go back and change it. But I think going forward, it'd be so cool for him to have his own shit. Especially with Croc, I'd love to see, like, him and Vito really do something. It did fall apart early, but that was great drama, you know? I love Halsey, man. Oh, man. That's on Dead Stelio. Graham is one of my favorite people, man. I am so sad that all of Tripas ended up, like, leaving Babylon. Because I loved Sebas. I was having so much fun with Sebas, and the vibes were insanely good, and I was like, I think I just get along with Graham, right? The same way I just get along with Beppo. I just get along with Minute. I just get along with them, the people, you know? I loved early Stelio and fucking Jack Kettleman running around and doing stupid shit. It was so funny. If you go back and watch, it was so funny. And I think I'd love to do something with them in the future, man. Yeah, we were plotting to steal Edgar's family away from him. We were doing so much. Sebas just was too much of a close, you know, person with Edgar because that was his deal. So it made sense, but I was so sad when they left because I was like, no, Graham's gonna be gone. You know? my god, Dottie! Wait, let's go. Let's go. We need more of these characters. We really do. Oh, Dottie was so good. Look who it is. Look who it is. I don't think he was around much. This is an interesting one. We didn't get to see him. Very interesting. I like this art. This art came out so good. This art's crazy. I think I see this hair too, and I think of Charlie's old character. This art is really nice. Okay, who's last? Who's last for this week? Fuck Barbie Charles. Barbie Charles. Bobby Charles. Barbie Childs. Dude, fuck Bobby. What a good character. He's been such an asshole to the Marshals. I really like that he commits to being an asshole, and I think not enough role players are willing to do that. I kind of regret that I didn't do it more with Gigi. At the start, I did, and then I had to... I didn't have to, but I felt like I needed to pull her back a little bit because we already had Lang and we had Speedy. You know what I mean? Like, we had people that were so good at being a heel or fighting with each other, fighting with other people, that I was like, I gotta pull it back a little, you know? But I think I'd like her to bring that back a little more. The way she was in the beginning was really funny. And every time I see Bobby, I'm like, yeah, yeah, because I know it's fun. I know it's fun to play characters like this, and I wish more role players were willing to do this. They just hate burning long-term relationships because then they feel like they can't achieve the goals they want to achieve with their character. If they want to run a business, they want to run a gang, it's like hard to make that work and not have everyone be against you, right? But yeah, that's huge. It's huge when people do that. What a good lineup. So many people that we know personally and that we really like. Love V, love Warlock. You know what I mean? Like just right up at the top. Halsey and Graham. Like, those are some of our guys right there, you know? So, that's great. What's the plan for GGM5? I am not going to plan anything. I am not going to plan anything because the thing is, I don't know. So between 3 and 4, what they did was they gave everyone a prompt and they said, hey, 5 years has passed. Everyone fled the city at the end of 3. And then 4 starts, and if you have a character who's existed before, they moved back to the city. There was economic collapse, blah, 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 right? And they gave a whole storyline of what happened in between so that you could reasonably roleplay your character. And they gave a time period as well that you can reasonably roleplay, like they've forgotten old grudges and blah, 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 right? So I'm not going to plan anything until I know what the story for the meta story for the server is, right? Why are we back here, etc. If I know that, then I could think. I don't think they should do a flat continuation. I think they should reset. I think a reset is a great time. I really, really, really would love to do more businessy stuff with her. I do love her as a bank robber. I love doing that stuff. She makes sense as a criminal. Her backstory, I brought her to the city, having come from, you know, Brooklyn, and having her be in that kind of seedy underworld. She comes from like a mafia style family and escaped because she killed someone and needed to